Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel in the year 2025. This is my first video for this year, and this is not a tutorial, but this is a just show and tell. I'm going to be explaining how I made this bead crochet rope necklace, which does not have any clasp, so you can just slip it over your head like this. But I must tell you honestly that this is not what was my intention when I started this. So my intention was to make a bracelet like this. So this is a pattern that I got from Pinterest. So I just printed out the screenshot. So I did not even visit the website, but this is where you will find it, belittledesign.com. Maybe you'll find that when you visit this website, you might get this. So I just printed it out, and why I chose this was because this is a little different from the other bead crochet rope, because here you see you cannot see a repeat of the pattern at all. Usually in all bead crochet necklaces there will be a section which will be repeated again and again for you to get the length of the rope that you want, or the length of the bangle or necklace that you want, but in this it's not there. So here it is, what you see here is right from the beginning till we reach the end of all the beads. There is no repetition of the beads or colors. So, but in reality, actually, there is a repetition which you will find out if you have been bead crocheting for a long time, and if you look closely, you can still find a repeat. But I'll not go into that detail and confuse you. Here, I mainly chose this because I wanted to see how this bangle will come out when I string on all the beads like this and do it. In this, the information given is circumference is 8, okay, and the total number of beads used is 1020. So let me zoom in a little bit now. Okay, so the circumference is 8 and the total number of beads is 1020 pieces of beads have been used. But what is missing here is the size of the beads. So without the size of the beads, we won't be able to find out what will be the final length of this bracelet, or the final length of the rope before you join it. We won't be able to find out. You will know it only when you string all the beads. And here also the bead size is not there, so it's not possible to find out. So what I did was I went ahead with the stringing of the beads. I used size 8 beads, so these are size 8 beads, and then later I came to know that it could have been size 11 beads also, but it's an experiment, so I don't regret the decision. I started by stringing on the beads in this order. Okay, and then I started from here and ended at here. And when I strung on all the beads, I will tell you what is the total length of the beads that I got, and how I will calculate what will be the final length of this rope before I join it. So here you see I am going to measure the total length of the beads that I have added. So this is where I have stopped, and it is still on the ball of thread, and this is my beginning. So just so that the beads don't keep moving, so I put one small piece of tape on either end so that it is easy for me to measure the length. So starting from here, I'm going to check how many inches of beads I have added totally. So that is the 60-inch mark, and there's still more, and I have another 21 inches. That will be 60 and 21 inches. So 81 inches of size 8 beads. Okay, so as usual, I will be using a starter rope to start this necklace also. I have complete tutorials of how to use this starter rope, and how to make one, and how to use them in detail in my other videos. I will give a link for that in the description box. So let's get started with the bead crochet rope. Like I already told you, I'm going to be using a starter rope, and the needle that I'm using is a 1.3 mm steel crochet hook. So whenever I'm using a starter rope, I will have to add these extra beads. So 8 beads of one color and the last one of another different color, completely different from what I am crocheting. So these are the beads which will be first crocheted into, and then these are the ones that will be detached. And I'm just moving this video a little quickly here because a detailed video about how to use this, how to start, how to use, how to detach this, all the videos in detail are in my playlist. I will put up a link in the description box, so please do watch. It is immensely useful for everyone who's attempting bead crochet or who may already be bead crocheting but are finding struggling with the beginning. And in some steps, if you have any problem, I think this could be the best solution for that. Continue working in bead crochet slip stitches till you finish up all the beads that we have strung. So this is where I am at now after crocheting all the beads that I had put into. So if you remember, there was, let me bring in the calculations. If you remember, there was 81 inches of beads on the thread, and in order to find out what will be the length of the rope that I would get, the calculation would be like this. So you have to divide it by 8 because it is a 8 bead circumference rope, and when you divide it by 8 you will get about 10 inches of rope. So now, so if I measure this starting from here, but you see I am still attached to the starter rope, but never mind, you can just, we'll just look at what is the total length starting from here. So you see here I've got about 10 inches. So now this 10 inch is neither going to be a bangle nor a necklace. See, if I join this invisibly like this, it's going to be quite a massive bangle, which but my guess is the intention, the designer intended to use size 11 beads, so you would have got a smaller circumference, but since I've used size 8 beads, now this is bigger. Now what shall I do with this? Now I cannot make it into a bangle because it's too big, and neither can it be a necklace because it is too short. So what I have planned is, so this is my own plan because this is what where I have ended up, and I can't use it any further. So what I am thinking I will do is, I will add more of black, here, so and make it into a crochet necklace. So one side will be black and the rest of the sides will be this multiple color. Do you get the picture? So this will be black and I'll extend this black further to get a sufficient length to make it into a necklace. So for that, there's one thing that we have to note. But in the design it was like this, where this gray would join with the starting of the rope. But now this is not possible because I'm not going to be connecting this and this here. So what I have to do is I will have to remove a few of the stitches. Okay, so these are ideas that I am coming up with, because it's not that was not the intention when this design was put up, I know, but I am going to tell you how I am going to deal with with the big bangle that I have made. So what I will do is, because see, this gray was intended to attach to this one into an invisible bangle, but now this one is, now my plan is to extend this black color, and later I will introduce this gray again in the end, and then I will make it into a crochet rope which I can pass over my head. So what I will now do is, I have to remove this at least till here, because I don't want these gray this gray here. I want to introduce it later. So what I will do is I'll just remove this. Okay, so all this I will have to add later. So let me just catch hold of the loop before I miss it. So I'm just keeping the loop here. So see, all these beads are extra. Let me get all of them together. see see this part of the bead, uh, I have to add it to the very end of after adding all the black. So I'm going to introduce more black here, so that means I'll have to cut the thread and join in new thread. I will string on more black beads. For see, I have this much of black beads. I think I will try to use up all this so that I'll get a sufficient length, which I can pass over my head, or I'll see if even if this bead is not enough, I'll let you know what I will do. But let's first put on this bead. So for that, what I have to do is, like now I told you, now this is something, is this part I have to add it in the last, so I have to keep this safely. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut this part and keep it safely. So let me get the scissors. Okay, so from here also, because I'm going to be adding a new thread, from here also I'm going to be cutting it. And since this part of the beadwork, beading, I have to again add it, so I'm going to cut that, and this I'm going to save. So this one, if I should remember, so this one, see, from this side I have to add this first side first, and then this side, because I should not do the other way around also, again then the design won't match up. So remember, where there is this one, that is from where I have to start adding on to the, so this I am going to keep it separately. Now I have ended here. Now my next work will be to, so this is there, this is here, and my next job will be to add more black beads onto this thread so that I can join it here and continue with the black. Okay, so this is where I have stopped working. And before that, I will also show you how to how to detach from the starter rope. Again, here I am fast forwarding the video, but a detailed video of how of this complete process is there in my playlist, so I will put up a link for that too. So you may please watch that video for a detailed explanation of how to detach this. So you see, 8 bead crochet rope, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 and 8. So this is the clean finish that you will get if you use a starter rope, and this will be attached to this. Yeah, now of course I don't have the gray, but if the gray was there, it would be attached. I put on some more black beads. So this one is about 55 inches of black color beads that I have put on. And now this is going to be the continuation. From here I'm going to start. I'll show you how I'm going to attach this new one to this one. I'll be showing you in some time. So before that, let me talk about the remaining length of beads that I have added. So this will not be enough. I could have added only black and extended it, but this is the only bead black I have, so I stopped here. And when I studied the pattern carefully, I came to understand that there is a repeat of the patterns. So I have made 3 repeats. So that is one repeat. This is the second repeat. Okay, this is the second repeat, and this is the third repeat. So I've added 3 more repeats of the pattern. That is, I'm not explaining that in detail, but just telling you that I have added the extras here. Just the black wouldn't have been enough, so I added more colors to it. And the black can be any number of beads, but when it comes to color, it has to be the proper repeat of the pattern, so only then the design will work. So that is why I had to find out the repeat of that. And this last portion is the one that I have to add in order to join, to make an invisible join. So earlier it was black and gray, but now I had to change the black into green. And after crocheting all the black beads and the 3 repeats of the colors and joining it invisibly, this is the infinity bead crochet rope necklace that I got. and I'm happy with the result. If you like this video and if you like my bead crochet tutorials, please do subscribe to my channel and share it with your beading friends. Thank you for watching.